Hello, this is Eden with Helixx VR. Today I'll be reviewing Gunheart. Gunheart is an online co-op sci-fi VR shooter by Drifter for the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift. It's currently in early access, but feels closer to completion than a lot of early access titles. The basic concept is that you proceed through the levels with your allies and clear out the alien enemies. There are some additional modes where you defend a point too. You can play with up to 3 people in online co-op. Each level takes approximately 15 minutes, so it's a good one to drop in out of. In addition, there's a PvP mode if you prefer to fight against other players. There seems to be a decent amount of levels and modes to play through, and it stays fresh via some limited procedural generation of levels. Being called Gunheart, there's obviously a big focus on guns. The shooting in the game feels fun, and I've not noticed any issues with any of the weapons I've tried. One cool feature is that you can combine your 2 weapons into one super weapon for a limited time and mow enemies down. One of the big focuses of the game seems to be earning money to get unlocks and upgrades. You can upgrade your base stats such as weapon damage, armour, shield and repulsor. There's also plenty of weapons to get and upgrades for each weapon. You can also unlock customization parts for your character. Locomotion is either by teleportation or a mix of teleportation and strafing, which is what I'd personally recommend. Teleportation is necessary as there are platforms to go between. This game quickly let me know that my trackpad has issues by all the running around between enemies that I did. When strafing, the border goes around your vision to block any motion sickness. One nice feature is that weekly missions are put up in addition to normal missions, and the devs run and play with the dev sessions. Graphically, the game is very good. You can tell that while Drifter is an indie studio technically, they actually do have big names and a budget in there. The sound is good, but doesn't particularly stand out. It doesn't really need to though with this type of game. As this is a multiplayer focused game, I'll speak about that a little now. One of the major problems with multiplayer VR games seems to be finding people to play it online. Gunheart isn't actually bad for this. You can play games alone at adjust the difficulty, though I felt the balance was better with more people. I will say though, except for once, I've always been able to find at least one person online to play with no matter the time, though it may not have always been in the same region. The one time that I couldn't find someone, I started a game and someone joined eventually. The other common problem is players not speaking, whether it's a language barrier, a mic issue, or they just don't want to speak. In my experience with Gunheart, slightly under half of the players didn't reply when I tried speaking to them. Some of those did try use gestures to communicate at least. I would recommend trying to find people to play the game with in places such as the Gunheart Discord or the VR Facebook groups. There are still a few minor bugs that I've come across, like seeing aliens get stuck on occasion or teleport on rare occasions, but nothing that stops enjoyment of the game. One thing that did cause me a bit of an issue is that you can't interact with the menus unless the game is in focus on the computer. If you keep it in focus it'll be fine, but if not then you won't be able to finish the level. This seems to be an issue in a few games really, so it's not just Gunheart. Gunheart is priced at $35, £27 or €32. This is a bit pricey, but if you're the type that enjoys this style of game and you think you'll find yourself playing it often, I think it's worth it based on the amount of content and the replayability. To summarise this review, I'm happy to recommend Gunheart. There are some minor issues and it could do with more players, but it's great to go through the levels with friends mowing down aliens. Drifter also says there are additional weapons, game modes, enemies, customization and more on the way. Once again, this was Eden from Helixx VR. If you'd like to see more content like this, please remember to like and subscribe.